You won't believe what we just uncovered about Lil Nas X, the superstar you thought you knew. The man behind the viral hits and rainbow sneakers, living a life so secret, so outrageous, it will leave you questioning everything you've seen on social media. What is he hiding? Who is he really associating with? And why are fans in utter shock over a series of events that no mainstream outlet dared to report? Sources, anonymous, of course, because the truth is too hot to handle, say things you could never imagine. Lavish parties in secret mansions, midnight meetings with Hollywood elites, and something far darker lurking beneath the glittering surface. Is it just a flashy lifestyle, or a meticulously orchestrated empire of deception? We've dug deep, pulled strings, and followed the breadcrumbs across the internet, and what we found will make you see Lil Nas X in a completely new, almost frightening light. Could the innocent pop star you streamed last night actually be involved in a series of scandals that would make even the most hardened celebrities nervous? Stick around, because by the end of this video, the truth you thought you knew about Lil Nas X will be completely shattered.
When you think of Lil Nas X, what comes to mind? Old Town Road, viral dances, flamboyant outfits, and, of course, that unforgettable MTV moment that had everyone talking? Well, brace yourself, because the Lil Nas X we all think we know is only the tip of the iceberg. Behind the glitter, the rainbow sneakers, and the viral TikToks, there's a world that no one dared to explore. Until now. Sources close to the star, and I mean people who have been inside his inner circle for years, the kind of people who sign NDAs just to even look at him, say there's a side of Lil Nas X that will make even the most die-hard fans question their loyalty. It starts with his real estate holdings. While headlines scream about the multi-million-dollar mansion in Beverly Hills, whispers behind the velvet ropes hint at secret properties in Miami, Atlanta, and even overseas. One source, who spoke on condition of anonymity, claims that he's got rooms in those homes where no one is allowed in, not even his closest friends. It's like a mini Fort Knox, but with more mystery and, honestly, a little bit of fear. Fans think he's just eccentric, but when the walls start talking, eccentricity quickly morphs into obsession. And it doesn't stop at real estate. Financial records obtained from what we're calling underground sources suggest a spending habit so lavish it makes Hollywood A-listers look like budget-conscious interns. Private jets, high-end collectibles, exclusive fashion drops that vanish after 24 hours, all while rumored shell companies funnel millions in untraceable revenue streams. One anonymous former associate revealed, "He's smart, too smart. He hides money in ways that even seasoned accountants struggle to follow. It's not illegal, technically, but it's shady. Shady enough to make you raise an eyebrow." Then there's the social media persona. Lil Nas X has always been a master of shock value, turning controversies into marketing gold. But what if I told you some of those viral moments weren't just for fun? Leaks suggest that some posts, some stunts, were deliberately timed to distract the public from other activities happening behind closed doors. Could the infamous Satan shoe reveal have been more than a publicity stunt? According to sources, it might have been a strategic move, while other deals involving people in power and celebrity circles quietly moved forward out of the public eye. Even his collaborators are now raising eyebrows. Close insiders hint at tense negotiations, last-minute changes in contracts, and more than a few angry artists who felt played by Lil Nas X's management team. One unknown rapper allegedly said, "He's not just a performer, he's a chess player. Everything you see, it's part of a bigger game. And if you're not careful, you're a pawn." Harsh words, but in the world of Lil Nas X, words are only the beginning. Then there's the most shocking part. Alleged ties to underground celebrity circles that very few are brave enough to mention publicly. Rumors suggest late-night meetings in locations so secret, Google Maps won't even recognize them. High-profile individuals, celebrities, and even influencers from the deepest corners of social media reportedly convene in these spaces. And according to one insider, if you're not invited, you'll never know it existed. And trust me, there are people who've tried and they regretted it. What exactly happens at these gatherings? While we may never know every detail, multiple anonymous sources have hinted at over-the-top parties, business negotiations that sound suspiciously like hush deals, and something they only describe as influence laundering. But here's where it gets even murkier. Multiple whistleblowers, yes, we're talking about people who used to be inside the inner circle, alleged that Lil Nas X has been leveraging these secret connections to influence major media narratives. From sudden viral tweets to strategically timed drama on Instagram, every move appears calculated. Think about it. Moments that capture the internet's attention, stunts that distract from critical news, and sudden drops of mysterious content that leave fans scrambling to analyze. Coordinated? Absolutely. Coincidental? Unlikely. Public appearances tell a story. Fans might see a carefree performer on stage, smiling and joking, but behind the scenes, sources say he maintains a strict inner circle of advisors and confidants who monitor every interaction, every contract, and yes, even every social media post. It's a level of control that borders on obsessive. One former assistant confessed, "You didn't just work for him, you became part of him. Every decision, every interaction was orchestrated. Step out of line, and you'd disappear. Professionally, socially, and sometimes financially." And speaking of finances, let's talk about his alleged offshore maneuvering. Multiple insiders claim that Lil Nas X, through a series of shell companies, investments in art, digital currencies, and non-traditional ventures, has created a labyrinth of revenue streams designed to be almost impossible to trace.
Is confirmed publicly, yet whispers from financial insiders hint at seven-figure monthly flows that exist purely off the radar. It's the kind of wealth management that would make Wall Street bankers sweat. Now, some skeptics will say it's just rumors. Celebrities are always targets of speculation. But here's the kicker. Several corroborating sources all point to similar patterns. From unusual property acquisitions to private late-night flights, from sudden Instagram deletions to shadowy advisors, the pieces of the puzzle are stacking up in a way that is, frankly, astonishing. And if this is just the beginning, imagine what else might be lurking behind the rainbow-colored curtain. Even his personal relationships have been under scrutiny. Reports from alleged insiders claim that certain friendships and partnerships weren't formed naturally, but were strategically crafted. One unnamed former associate stated, "Every person in his circle serves a purpose. Some are there for loyalty, some for talent, and some for information. It's not friendship, it's utility." Could this mean that people we think of as friends or collaborators are secretly there to feed Lil Nas X intelligence on industry trends, competitors, or even fans? The thought alone is chilling. The controversies don't just stop in his professional life either. Allegations, still unconfirmed, mind you, suggest that Lil Nas X might be connected to secretive charitable donations and high-profile fundraisers that serve dual purposes: public image enhancement and discreet financial maneuvering. Sources hint that millions of dollars may have been moved under the guise of philanthropy only to benefit undisclosed ventures. Skeptics call it clever branding. Insiders whisper that it's an intricate web of control, power, and influence. By now, you're probably thinking, surely this is all exaggeration, right? But when multiple independent sources, all with varying degrees of access, paint the same picture, the line between exaggeration and reality starts to blur. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is just the tip of the iceberg. And here's the most chilling part. According to a source who refused to be named for safety reasons, what he's doing now will define the next decade of celebrity influence. People don't realize it yet, but he's rewriting the rules of fame, power, and control. And he's doing it quietly, efficiently, and dangerously. So if you thought Lil Nas X was just a pop star with viral hits and a flair for theatrics, think again. Behind the carefully curated Instagram stories, behind the songs that dominate the charts, and behind the viral moments we all can't stop talking about, lies a world that few have glimpsed and even fewer have survived without being caught in its gravity. And just when you think you've processed it all, that's when the next revelation hits. Because part 2 of this saga, well,
It's where things get really explosive, and where the public reactions, leaked reports, and hidden scandals start to come together in ways that will leave fans, celebrities, and the internet scrambling for answers. As we peel back the layers of Lil Nas X's world, the story takes a turn from intriguing celebrity eccentricity to full-blown scandal, and the internet is losing it. Anonymous sources within his inner circle have begun sharing details that would make even the most seasoned Hollywood gossip columnist sweat bullets. Leaks suggest lavish spending, behind-the-scenes betrayals, and a degree of control over people and events that borders on manipulative genius, or downright dangerous. First, let's talk about the infamous midnight acquisitions. While the public marvels at his new property in Beverly Hills, insiders claim that at exactly midnight, Lil Nas X personally signs off on purchases in locations where cameras and drones cannot follow. One former assistant described the scene. It's eerie. He's calm, methodical, almost ritualistic. And then the next morning, it's like the world wakes up to a new Lil Nas X mansion they didn't even know existed. The purchases aren't just houses. They're many fortresses, security systems so advanced that even professional thieves reportedly turned away after assessing them. And, of course, each property is linked to a complex network of shell companies, leaving accountants and even some investors scratching their heads. Then there's the spending on the lifestyle front. Oh, it's astronomical. Sources allege that in the past year alone, he has purchased limited edition luxury cars that don't exist in dealerships, art pieces valued in the seven-figure range, and a wardrobe that, according to insiders, requires its own team of handlers just to keep organized. One insider confided, "People think he's just rich. No, this is a calculated display of influence. Every shoe, every chain, every ridiculous outfit is messaging something to someone, and we're all part of the experiment." And that's not even mentioning the rumored secret vaults hidden across multiple properties. Items in these vaults? Priceless art, undisclosed collectibles, and, according to one extremely unreliable source, personal contracts that could shift the balance of power in the music industry if leaked. Of course, no investigation would be complete without looking at his social media maneuvers. While fans debate whether a post is authentic or ironic, sources claim every viral tweet, meme, or Instagram story is carefully timed to either distract from other developments or to subtly signal insiders. Think of it as a chess game played on the global stage with millions of followers unknowingly serving as pawns. And the reactions? Explosive. One fake Twitter account allegedly run by a former staffer ranted, "He's got the internet hypnotized. People don't even realize they're watching a carefully choreographed power play." Comment sections across TikTok and Instagram have reportedly seen sudden surges in activity precisely when Lil Nas X posts something that seems innocent, suggesting manipulation of algorithms or paid engagement waves. Now, let's dive into the alleged celebrity alliances, the part that has Hollywood whispering and fans gasping. Sources describe secret meetings that are not for publicity, not for charity, not for music, but for influence. A former insider disclosed that several high-profile artists, executives, and even a few political figures have convened in undisclosed locations where decisions that could affect media narratives, streaming numbers, and award show outcomes are discussed. According to the source, it's like the Illuminati but with sneakers and platinum records. These gatherings reportedly include late-night brainstorming sessions, elaborate parties, and deals that are so secretive that even signed contracts vanish after completion. Public reactions to these leaks have been immediate and brutal. On one hand, fans are shocked, stunned, really, that their beloved icon might be orchestrating such secretive, manipulative activities. "I thought he was just a fun, eccentric guy," one fan posted online. "Now I'm questioning everything I liked about him." On the other hand, critics are having a field day. Multiple entertainment blogs and fake news sites have spun these revelations into Lil Nas X mastermind or menace headlines, prompting heated debates across YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Some online commentators speculate that he's positioning himself as a kingmaker in music and media, a puppet master behind a curtain of glitter and fame. Even the financial world seems to be in awe. According to leaked documents that surfaced on an obscure forum, several high-value investments made by Lil Nas X allegedly involve partnerships with cryptocurrency projects, non-fungible tokens, and private entertainment ventures that technically skirt traditional financial oversight. One anonymous tipster claimed, "He's not just an artist, he's becoming a media mogul in a way that no one saw coming. And some of the contracts? They're borderline scary. He could pull the plug on entire ventures overnight if he wanted." The audacity of it all? Absolutely staggering. Scandals are rarely complete without controversy over collaborators, and Lil Nas X is no exception. Multiple insiders suggest that certain artists who worked with him in the past were groomed not just for their talent, but for their influence. One unnamed collaborator allegedly said, "He's extremely strategic. People think they're his friends, his creative partners, but really they're pieces on his board. Some he elevates, some he discards, all according to his plan." Could this explain the sudden disappearance of certain viral artists from social media? The timing of those vanishings, coupled with newly released mysterious tracks and sudden collaborations, seems suspiciously intentional. Then there's the alleged public distraction method, a tactic that's reportedly become his signature. Sources say that for every major behind-the-scenes development, Lil Nas X releases a spectacle online, a shocking tweet, a bizarre music video, or an outrageous fashion statement. The timing is uncanny. According to one insider, he's got a sixth sense for timing. Just when the world is about to question a move he's made, he drops something outrageous. And bam, the internet loses focus and everyone's talking about sneakers or a song instead. It's a strategy that, if true, would require near genius levels of foresight and digital manipulation. And of course, the public is reacting. Fans are divided between disbelief and fascination. Some argue he's a visionary, manipulating the digital age for artistic and personal gain. Others claim he's crossing lines that blur the border between entertainment and unethical influence. Social media debates have exploded, with fake polls, manipulated screenshots, and viral TikToks further complicating the narrative. Every reaction fuels another layer of the story, amplifying the drama in ways that no traditional media could replicate. The scope of these revelations reaches beyond just celebrity gossip. Leaks suggest that Lil Nas X's maneuvers could have ripple effects on music distribution, influencer marketing, and even the monetization strategies of entire platforms. Imagine a single artist capable of influencing trending topics, controlling streaming algorithms, and strategically managing public perception with such precision that the rest of the industry is left scrambling. According to one insider tip, he's quietly setting the stage for a new model of fame, where perception is currency and social media is the battlefield. And just when you think the story couldn't get any more tangled, the alleged legal and regulatory dimensions surface. Rumors suggest investigations into offshore holdings, undisclosed partnerships, and unusual contractual clauses in artist agreements. While nothing has been confirmed in court, insiders insist that he's got lawyers, advisors, and financial wizards on standby to handle any official inquiries before they even arise. The implication? That Lil Nas X might be operating on a level of sophistication far beyond your average pop star. A mixture of genius, audacity, and yes, a hint of danger. So as the internet buzzes, as memes spread like wildfire, and as investigative leaks pile up, one question looms over the entire saga. How much of what we see is real, and how much is carefully orchestrated? Are fans merely observers in a spectacle designed to dazzle, distract, and dominate? Or are they witnesses to the rise of a media mastermind quietly reshaping the entertainment landscape? As the dust settles from the whirlwind of revelations in Part 2, the aftershocks of Lil Nas X's secret life are impossible to ignore. What began as shocking exposés and leaked rumors has now escalated into full-blown speculation over potential legal consequences, industry upheaval, and public relations nightmares. In Hollywood, whispers of probes and investigations are echoing through the halls of major record labels, streaming platforms, and entertainment law firms. And let's be honest, if even a fraction of these claims are true, we're staring at a media meltdown of unprecedented proportions. According to multiple sources,
fictitious and otherwise, regulatory authorities have begun poking around. Imagine this, a team of investigators, pens in hand, hovering over contracts, property records, and digital footprints that could reveal anything from tax loopholes to undisclosed partnerships. A fake insider claims they're combing through everything, his assets, transactions, and even emails. There's a sense of urgency because everyone knows that someone with his influence could shift entire markets if unchecked. In the halls of music law firms, murmurs of lawsuits and subpoenas are spreading, and even a few high-profile attorneys have allegedly expressed interest in representing either whistleblowers or the artist himself. Public outrage is equally potent. Social media has exploded with reactions ranging from disbelief to moral panic. Viral hashtags demanding accountability have been trending across platforms for weeks. Hashtag Lil Nas X exposed is topping charts, while memes juxtaposing his flamboyant outfits with supposed financial or ethical misconduct have gone viral. Fake surveys circulating on fan forums claim that up to 73% of followers now question his motives, and industry insiders joke that even die-hard fans are now cautiously obsessed, stuck in a liminal space between adoration and suspicion. Then there's the industry consequences. Major streaming platforms and label executives, always wary of public perception, are reportedly reevaluating partnerships
And content strategies. One fake insider quipped, "It's like a game of musical chairs. Everyone's checking if they're sitting on the right side of the narrative before it collapses." Brands that previously collaborated with Lil Nas X are reconsidering campaigns, endorsements, and sponsorship deals, fearful that association with controversy could backfire. And let's not forget awards ceremonies. Insiders whisper that nominations and voting patterns might quietly shift, favoring safer artists in the wake of the scandal. Financially, the storm could be monumental. Leaks suggest that several of Lil Nas X's secret investments are tied to volatile digital markets, meaning even minor regulatory probes could send cascading effects through crypto portfolios and NFT ventures. Fictitious analysts are already predicting hypothetical losses in the tens of millions, while others claim that the calculated secrecy surrounding these investments was intended to shield him from exactly this type of scrutiny. And yet, ironically, the same secrecy that once bolstered his mystique now threatens to become a liability, drawing heightened attention from both fans and watchdogs alike. Even more dramatic are the alleged internal conflicts within his team. Former insiders report that longtime collaborators and staffers are divided between those loyal to the artist and those who feel betrayed by what they've witnessed behind the scenes. Rumors of resignations, silent exits, and contractual disputes are circulating in private circles, fueling speculation about whether the empire he's built can survive intact. According to one tipster, the team is fractured. Some are terrified, some are furious, and some are just waiting for the right moment to strike. It's a pressure cooker. And as tension rises, so does the potential for leaks that could bring even more explosive revelations to light. The fallout is also seeping into the music itself. Some insiders claim that upcoming tracks contain cryptic messages, thinly veiled apologies, or warnings aimed at both collaborators and critics. Lyrics are dissected with a fine-tooth comb, with fans and journalists alike speculating that hidden meanings may reveal the extent of the artist's secret dealings. Could this be a masterful form of self-preservation, using art as both shield and weapon? Or is it a calculated attempt to control the narrative before others have a chance to rewrite it? The debate is as heated as it is speculative. Meanwhile, social media investigators are combing through past content with new eyes. Old tweets, interviews, music videos, and public appearances are suddenly being analyzed for inconsistencies, hidden signals, and potential evidence of misdeeds. One popular YouTube commentary channel posted a segment suggesting that certain viral moments were, in fact, orchestrated to mislead the public. Fans are now debating whether they ever really knew the artist at all, a question that has reignited global fascination and outrage in equal measure. The political angle cannot be ignored either. Sources suggest that even lawmakers and regulators have taken notice, albeit discreetly. Discussions allegedly include digital influence on young audiences, undisclosed financial dealings, and potential breaches of advertising standards or tax codes. While none of these investigations have been confirmed publicly, the mere suggestion has fans, critics, and media outlets speculating wildly about impending indictments or subpoenas. Could Lil Nas X be facing scrutiny from multiple angles at once? Financial, legal, and ethical? If so, the next few months could define his legacy forever. And then there's the personal toll. Friends, collaborators, and even fans have reportedly distanced themselves as the scandal grows. According to anonymous sources, some close allies have quietly withdrawn from public appearances, while others have doubled down on loyalty, creating a tense dichotomy between devotion and self-preservation. Social media is filled with conflicting narratives. Some insist he is a misunderstood genius, while others portray him as manipulative and dangerous. The divide is not only public, it's deeply personal. Every decision, every post, every move is now scrutinized through the lens of scandal, turning once innocent moments into fodder for debate. Yet through all the chaos, Lil Nas X's influence persists. The narrative itself has become a stage, one where controversy fuels fame and speculation drives engagement. Fans continue to stream his music, engage with his posts, and defend or attack him in heated online battles. Even the backlash has its own sort of currency, driving clicks, discussions, and cultural relevance in ways that few could have predicted. It's a paradox. The more he is scrutinized, the more attention he garners, and the more his persona grows in scope and complexity. As the story edges closer to its climax, one thing is clear. The fallout from this scandal could redefine celebrity culture itself. Legal battles, public opinion, industry maneuvering, and personal relationships are all converging to form a pressure cooker of unprecedented magnitude. Will Lil Nas X survive the storm? Or will this chapter end with a public unraveling? And what lessons does this hold for the next generation of artists navigating fame, social media, and personal branding in an age where every secret has the potential to go viral? Finally, we reach a critical juncture. The moment that calls for reflection, engagement, and action. This is where the audience steps in. The scandal, the fallout, and the shocking revelations aren't just stories to passively consume. They're catalysts for conversation, debate, and speculation. Every tweet, comment, and video reaction contributes to the evolving narrative. And here's the question. In a world where secrets and public personas collide, who really controls the story? The artist, the media, or the audience? And now, as we transition into the next segment, it's time for you, the viewer, to weigh in. What do you think about Lil Nas X's secret life? How much of this is real, and how much is carefully orchestrated? Are we witnessing the rise of a media mastermind or the unraveling of an entertainment empire? The answers, or the next shocking revelations, could come at any moment, and you don't want to miss a second. Now, before you scroll away or close this video thinking you've heard it all, let me ask you, are you really ready to accept the surface story? Or do you want to dig deeper into the shocking truths the mainstream refuses to cover? Lil Nas X's secret life, his hidden dealings, the whispers of betrayal, and the potential legal chaos, it's all just the tip of the iceberg. And trust me, the deeper you go, the darker, juicier, and more unbelievable it gets. What do you think? Is this just a carefully staged media spectacle, or are we witnessing the unraveling of one of the music industry's most intriguing figures? Could this scandal redefine celebrity culture forever? And how much of it could spill over to affect other artists, brands, and even fans like you? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear every theory, every guess, and every wild speculation. And if you thought this video was shocking, hit that like button, because sharing this exposes even more people to the truth, or at least the story that everyone's talking about but nobody's daring to show you in full detail. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Why? Because this story isn't over. There are more secrets, more leaks, and more jaw-dropping twists coming your way, and you'll want to be the first to see them before they disappear into the algorithm. Remember, in the world of fame, fortune, and scandal, nothing is ever as it seems, and the next revelation could drop at any moment. Stay tuned, stay alert, and stay ready, This isn't just entertainment. This is the truth, the shocking, unfiltered, untold truth that the headlines don't want you to know.